Welcome to the Daily Doodle December Challenge. I'm Stephanie Hahn from Common Creative Studio, your host. Before we begin doodling today, I would like to pause for a few deep breaths together so that we can fully arrive in this moment and approach our doodling from a place of calm. So I like to close my eyes for this. I invite you to do the same, or just look down with a soft gaze if that feels more comfortable. You might just rest your hands in your lap. I like to put one hand on my heart, one on my belly. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth with a big sigh. Releasing tension in the body with the out breath. Inhaling again through the nose. Another big sigh out. Letting go of thoughts and worries in our heads so that we can approach our doodling with a quiet mind. And one final breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Allowing yourself to arrive fully in this moment right here, right now. Let's begin. Today's doodle is a simple one in that you really only have to draw lines. So let's go bottom corner to the top corner on a diagonal. Now, it's simple, but for some people, this may feel challenging. It really tests our comfort with wonky. My lines are not completely straight. They're not necessarily equidistant. So I am going to fill this bottom, well, not really bottom, this triangle area, and then color in alternating stripes with the black. I'm working with a 1.0 millimeter pen, which makes coloring in not too slow. But I remind myself all the time, slow is good. It's okay to take this time to relax with pen to paper. Just noticed I have some intensity in my face and neck, so I relaxed and let that tension go. And I'm doing my best to keep my mind quiet as I play. And the last thing I'm going to do with the black pen is draw lines perpendicular to these ones, working around the number. I wonder if any of you stick your tongue out while you're working. I just noticed I was doing that. So if you were going to leave this and only use black pen for your doodle today, you could leave it like this, or you might alternate coloring in with black bands up there. I'm going to add some sparkle because this is December after all. So I've got a silver jelly roll gel pen. To fill in these alternating stripes. I'm doing laundry. Now I'm wondering if you can hear that. Well, this is just a peek into my morning doodling in between doing other activities like laundry. And I've baked cupcakes for my mother-in-law's birthday. I'm going to set the silver pen aside for a minute and then grab colorful markers. I'm back to markers again today. And I'm going to mimic kind of what I was doing up here on the 4th, alternating stripes. Now I have 5 colors, so let's see if I can do this. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do this one. I may mess up the spacing of this. I often do. But I'm looking for a bit of a random array of brights, so that's okay. See, I'm trying to be efficient with my coloring this time. In other squares, I've just flip-flopped back and forth, opening and closing pens, which is totally a fine approach as well. But today, I'm trying to think ahead a little bit. Both approaches are fine, and I would encourage you to use whatever system or approach feels the most playful and least stressful for you. I really aim, as I do this playful doodling, to get into a flow state and try not to slip into a familiar pattern of overthinking. As an entrepreneur, I have a lot of decisions to make, and I'm fairly certain that that's common among most adults. It's just a symptom of adulting. Decisions, responsibilities. So I try to minimize the number of decisions I need to make in my art journal and keep my pen moving. Of course, I pause and think about things from time to time. But I practice being fearless and curious and grabbing things and playing with them and not always liking how it turns out, but enjoying that I have experimented. I'm going to add some silver dots. For now, I'm going to do this on the blue because it's the darkest, so it'll have the most contrast with the silver. Now I'm going to do little tiny lines across on the salmony shade, which I think is like the next darkest. And now that I'm going with this patterning in the silver, I feel a desire to keep going. I'm going to do little O shapes on the green. I'm totally ad-libbing now. This is not what I did on the samples that I'll show you in a minute. Now let's do little X's on the orange. And now I'll do bumps, scalloped bumps in the pink. There we go. So I ended up doodling with the silver pen. Well, that was fun and unexpected. Now that I'm finished for the day, I'll set that aside and color in my tracking star. This is the first day of the second week already. Now I will show you my other samples that I've been working on. So first we've got same size as the calendar that I demoed on, but this is the one that I'm doing in shades of green and gold. And then on the bigger spaced calendar, we're in the first square of week 2. This is the one, so I'll show you the other page if you haven't seen before. This is the sample that I'm working on that is all shades of blue and silver monochromatic. Feel free to keep going and make it just like the other one where the lines fill the whole space, but I thought it was fun to leave some larger expanses that I could just fill in with a solid color for a bit of variety on this one. Hopefully that gives you lots of ideas for your doodle today. I hope that you enjoyed doodling with me and that it's left you feeling calmer and more creative.